Ready, set, rose.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the wings of KI.
KI is a madman.
In a short span of time, he has flown effortlessly to the top. His ascension to the pinnacle of the Chutney Soca industry has blown everyone away, including his critics. Born into music royalty and prodigal son of legendary musician Persad, Chris K.I. Persad has proven to the universe that perfection in his craft of creating music is what differentiates him from others with whom he shares the skies with. As he continues to soar to immeasurable heights, he leaves many mystified by his majestic prowess, keen acumen for music production, awe-inspiring performances, and of course, his indelible charm and charisma. Join me as we hover above the omnipotent musical career of the future of Chutney Soca. This is the Wings of KI.
I relate with you because a lot of my blogs
You won't be single forever?
a lot of my blogs I write is about everyday life and stuff that occur around me. Where is your best spot to create music, or just habits?
My best spot to create music? In my car, on planes, and at 3 o'clock in the morning on my bed, no matter where I'm sleeping, just staring at that ceiling. There's nothing to cloud my thoughts whatsoever. And like when I said the car or the plane traveling, I mean you're just by yourself in your zone. I mean you have to be watching the road and saying, don't get me wrong. no, but those are the times when I'm alone, most importantly. And then I build it, and then I get together with my friends and then we build it even further.
With your team, Monster
Yes,
Writers.
yes.
What do you say to people who speak negatively about using Bollywood melodies?
I have no issue with using Bollywood melodies. I have used some in the past, not all of my songs, some of them. For instance, A Runaway was influenced. Not No Girl, No More Rum Again, High School Again. Those are melodies that we used. Nothing is wrong. People talk about the fact that the generation today don't know how to appreciate the music of yesteryear, the older Indian music and stuff like that. I find that we have found a way for the newer generations, the new partygoers to understand and enjoy that music, but in the way that music has evolved. So we keep and we preserve the melodies, but just lyrically we change it so that they could sing along to it, because I mean not everybody now knows what the Hindi words mean. They can't translate it, but at least the melody, when I'm gonna sing yeah, when I come back my wife run away, I mean you wouldn't hear everybody who's 19 years old bawling yeah ladki hai ya shola, but it's easy when I come back my wife run away. So that's what we try to do. Nothing is wrong with it as long as you don't abuse it though.
Right.
There are correct ways to do it, and there are certain songs you don't ever touch.
So basically it starts from the lyrics, from your life experience, the lyrics, and then you choose a melody.
No.
Okay, the other way around.
No. There's no format. Sometimes we have sometimes we have a concept and we go with lyrics and we try to build a melody around it. Sometimes we have a melody and we try to write lyrics to it. Like my new song Nana I just released.
Me Nana used to tell me that the long time days was better. Me Nana used to tell me that the long time days was better. You could get some.
Built on Sundar Popo's style of writing. We had a melody and we wrote lyrics. I had a chorus. My boy Kelvin Kisoon was there in the we worked on it together, and when I went into the studio, Dad gave me a brand new melody, and I wrote the verses with Rishi Mahato in the studio behind the mic on spot. So just depends.
So your dad knew what would fit, and you agreed with the melody he chose.
He played a few, I had some, and we chose the best one.
Okay,
Yeah.
teamwork.
Yeah.
Well, this year in the CSM, Chutney Soca Morna competition, so you're laughing, you came second.
Okay.
After a collaboration between Ravi B and Ricky Jai. Personally, how does one feel to be dethroned?
I was not.
Explain.
I was the winner of the Hearts, and what more is that? You can't put a $2 million prize to the hearts of the heart of even one individual. And I did walk away with the hearts of every single one of them.
I agree. When you ask who's here for KI tonight, the crowd went wild.
If you supported KI tonight, somebody scream.
Tell us, what are some of the emotions you would have experienced that night?
That day was a very difficult day for me. It was my hardest year in Chutney Soca Monarch. I cried like crazy. Big man, yeah, you see me, I cried tears. The show started, it was 8 p.m. People started coming in. I was still in Chutney, so come on, I came in short pants. In Skinner Park, in short pants and my old t-shirt, preparing for our performance. Because what happened was, we brought the company who did Hangover and Avengers and stuff, we flew them down to Trinidad. And I'll say this probably was $80,000 US for the product to fly me in the sky. Because of delays with customs to get the equipment out, and because of rain delays the week prior to Chutney Soca Monarch, we ended up getting short of 4 hours to set up the system. So I was now going into a competition defending myself with no performance. I had no performance, you know, and I was crying tears, and then the people, my entire team, I have a big team, for Monarch especially, we have a big team. And I talking about 80 something people that's around me, and they don't even know how to approach me because they don't know what I'm going through, but they see me. I'm not aggressive, but I'm so emotional. And I was crying, and I kept saying to everybody, I say, why does this happen to us when we just love music? I said, we just love music, you know why it had to happen? Why couldn't it just go good? Why couldn't we just have it happen the way it was supposed to happen, so we could show people? I spent this kind of money on stage, not because I'm guaranteed to win it back. Look, I didn't win. I win the 2 million, sorry, and I lost money. But at the end of it, the overall idea was to show them that what I won past year, I want to reinvest in the product, and why that happened, just it was so emotional, if I tell you, Rose. And then on top of all of that, I had to put together a performance and return to stage and collect myself and be in that mindset to go and compete. You don't want to know how hard that was, but I did it because I'm very strong. Very, very strong, both places.
So out of 100%, how would you rate the performance that you really set out to do? I mean, it didn't go according to plan.
110%. Yeah, I'd still give it full marks.
Yeah, I know you give it full marks, but what was missing from it?
We didn't get to fly in the sky.
Okay.
But, blessings, I was able to use it in Soca Monarch. So although not winning Soca Monarch as well, my first time in the Power Soca, people appreciated the fact that I didn't take it for granted, and I came there strong as well. I had to fly back down the crew to Trinidad. I had the equipment in Trinidad already. I flew the crew back down from all over the states. Trust me, costly venture. But it made sense to me, and a lot of people in my team still don't understand why I did it. But it's not always about money. I mean, you know what? When I didn't even have that much, I was still the happiest person. So that doesn't define me at all. But I had fun doing what I do, and I had fun people looking at me in the sky and saying, you know, he take real chances. You know, like how you have this whole crowd here, you afraid you fall, you know, things like that. That's what this is about. What am I working for if I can't show progression and growth in my brand and in me as a person? This is what we do. But watch me. That Chutney Soca Monarch, it was really magical though. You see those wings? Well, I don't have them anymore, but it was nice.
Looking at your CSM performance year after year, it's like a cool adventure. I look forward to it. I want to know what you're coming up with next. Your outfits. Where do you get the inspiration for your outfits?
I come up with the ideas and I approach people. I must credit a guy by the name of Ryan Chan for the last 2 years. Last year he built the mirrored suit.
Right.
My idea last year, I wanted people, when they look at me, I wanted them to see their reflection, to see their faces, so they could see how they were feeling whilst looking at me. And that was important. Because when you're enjoying yourself and you're looking at somebody, you never get to see what your face looks like. And I wanted them to see it, to live it the way I see you. And that's what we did last year. This year, I've been flying. And I wanted to fly more. So I mean, although I couldn't fly up there, I flew on stage and I had my wings. And you know, it was really to depict the angel that looks over us. I wanted to be that angel that night, and that's what we did.
You spoke about Soca Monarch. We see that you're partaking in other competitions as well for the carnival season in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Congratulations on being a part of the Soca Monarch,
Thank
the
you.
Power Soca Monarch. How did it feel to be a finalist?
Well, like I was saying, up in the sky, it was magical, and being amongst these super talented artists, and everybody, Marshall, Showin, Blacks, Even newcomer Granny, it was fun. It was a fun process. And I was George, everybody. It was so much fun, and you learn a lot being around them, and it's a totally different experience from Chutney Soca Monarch. Not saying better or worse, just different. And like I said, you learn a lot, and the process was so nice. It was so nice. So preparing for it taught me a lot, because it was different from preparing for CSM. I had to take different things into consideration, and I look forward to doing it again. Most definitely. I mean, I was a baby. I felt like it was 2010 for CSM. My first year with Chutney Soca Monarch, when I came on with the White Horse and things like that. I myself had what some people would call a mean. This year was my first day in the power, and it felt the same way. Just going on, boy, it's like, way, my first time and over, all kind of thing. But so much fun. So I'd definitely do it again, and I will.
And when you speak about music, we see how much love you have for it and how much passion you have for it. And, you know, we want to see you in more competitions. We want to see you hovering over the sky again. We also want to see you in the recording studio. We know that you record extensively with Maha Studio, Rishi Maha too. What is it like working with him?
Rishi's the quietest guy in the world. Now, I am probably the worst influence on Rishi Maha ever in life.
Why so?
I'm just bad. This guy is so good and so quiet. He's a great Samaritan. I wouldn't even say a good Samaritan. This guy, him, his beautiful wife, his entire team, his family, great people to work around. Not biased in the slightest way. When we work at Maha, some people think that, hey, that's KI's studio. KI is the main artist. It's nothing like that. In that studio, every single artist gets the same amount of attention, the same amount of push, the same amount of energy. And that's what I love about Rishi. And it's been like that when Rishi was going through, well, when Rishi was growing up actually, and now learning the studio days, he was working with Pops. So he had the opportunity of working with Dad when Dad was in charge of all the recordings, and then working with me when I started being in charge of all the recordings and now doing it as well. So, you know, he had a nice journey with us, and it's definitely been a family that we created, and hopefully, praise God, we last forever.
Now that you just told me that, I realized there's some sort of bond and history with you and Rishi Mahatu. At the same time, your musical history and recordings show that you only probably record 2 with Big Rich the Kunkalooks.
Yes, I did Sunita Nadia, and I did How Could She Say? And I believe I was on the parang that was like 10 minutes long. That was the last voice on that one, correct?
Just 3? Why you stopped?
I didn't stop. Yeah.
What are your intake on his work?
Rich is doing his thing, and I appreciate his efforts. You know, he works hard day in day out, especially coming into Carnival. He releases a lot of songs, and I know sometimes half the time Rich works on the radio, and half the time you don't hear him on radio, because you always taking time off because he's so dedicated to his studio. And you know, he's doing his thing, and I'm happy for him, man. I mean, musically we have different visions. I would not do music the way Rich does music. Not saying it's a bad thing, and not saying it negatively at all. It's just that I understand music in a different way, the way I would formulate chords or rhythms and stuff like that. But having worked with him in the past, I know he has a passion for it as well. So, you know, I say kudos to everybody, and not only Rich, hats off to all studios. I mean, Backyard Studios, Delina Dan, Kevin Khan, Wiz Studios, Farid Mohammed FM Studios. No, just from the Chutney side of it, there are a lot of studios, and hats off to all these guys who work so hard really to get music on radio. I encourage everybody to continue doing your homework and learning sound and educate yourselves to learn frequencies and things like that, because it's not just about recording a song because you could operate the program. Make sure that it is up to par with everything, because if it is, we need to grow like everybody else. We can't just be sticking to a long time. We have to evolve. Trust me.
Would we see you and him working together soon? Can we expect something like that?
Myself and Big Rich? Nothing is in the works right now. Nothing is in talks right now. Like in talking, but maybe you never know, you know. You never know. Things just work the way it needs to work when it needs to work. The only way I could see myself collaborating with the Punkalungs is if both of us wanted it for the right reason. And I continuously say this. Once you want something for the right reason, it will happen. So maybe if it's for the right reason, it will happen in the future again.
What is the right reason?
There's no definition to the right reason because it changes just like you do as you grow. It's just like happiness and it's just like love. The right reason always changes.
Okay, being in the public eye, it comes with a lot of scrutiny as well. And understandably so, you know, people pry into your business. There are people who speak very negatively about you. But at the same time, we have social media. I know that you have a lot of followers in social media. Do you feel it is important to connect with your supporters and it's a way of you being able to show who you really are?
Let me answer that question indirectly. I don't have a so-called fan page because I feel it necessary for people to know me personally, and this is why they are all able to connect with me and see the things I do daily, like my cooking and my liming and this and that. I mean, nothing's wrong with having a fan page in which is strictly about your career and your music and things like that, but not for me. Just to answer your question, if you get where I'm coming from, it is so important. I spend I don't know how much time a day trying to go through my inbox and just answering these questions, replying to as many as possible. But sometimes you can't do everybody, but you try your best. And you know what? I have never once gotten a negative inbox message. It's always positive. It's always about that booking, or AK, you can add more, AK, it's saying that you're full, or something like that. But people always approach me with positive energy and the correct energy. And you know, that's what drives me. That's my fuel. That's my gas. And unlike some natural resources on earth, I don't think that gas is about to run out anytime soon for me.
And how do you handle the haters who not probably approach you directly, but indirectly, you know, maybe a comment here and there?
I don't believe I have quote-unquote haters. What I might have, convenient haters.
Okay.
And when I say convenient haters, is around times like, let's say Chutney Soca Monarch.
Okay.
There will be a few people that would come down on me saying, well, they would call me one of the front runners for CSM or something like that. So these people would come down competing against me and say certain things. But then as soon as it's done, I'm my best friend again and they're ready to come back. No, but I don't tolerate it.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's saying that's what I call a convenient hater. And the only other people I might get negative energy from would be people who just really are invested in supporting another artist. And I don't blame them. What I appreciate is that the people that support me, they are educated enough to know nothing is wrong with supporting another artist. And I appreciate about that. I appreciate that about them. And I would never say, hey, because you like me, you can't like Nival, you can't like Nisha. You know where I'm coming from. But no. That's we just keep it like that. It is all for love. Can I ask you a question? Do you believe anything in life is infinite?
It's proven it's not.
Nothing is infinite in life. Nothing.
Nothing.
In my opinion, I believe memories are infinite. And the reason I say this is that what I just said is a brand new memory. You listening to me tell you that is a brand new memory. Everybody looking at this, that's a brand new memory for you. And I continuously use the word positive because I think it is important to spend your life collecting positive memories. So when you get to that place in life later on where you're not physically able to move as much and not as active, and you could just really sit there and, you know, the last days of your life and remember you're going to be smiling for the last days of your life because you spent your whole life collecting positive memories.
I like that. I like that positivity and that aura you bring to the set. Whose personality, by the way, would you say you got, dad or mom?
Both.
Both. It's a combination of both.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to social media. You are very free as to what you post. I mean, the other day you post about that Hyatt view, the view from the Hyatt. Beautiful. Your supporters, I know you don't like the word fans.
I don't like that.
Your supporters, they love to, you know, to follow what's going on in your life. The other day you posted about frogs. Everybody went crazy. You know what happened there?
That was ridiculousness. I ate the frog legs.
It looked juicy, by the way.
It was nice.
But from what I see, if you weren't singing, I think
I'd be a chef.
You would have been a chef.
You
Definitely. Love cooking.
Love cooking all day, every day. Gangsta.
What do you love to cook?
Everything, you know. I love to just do things that are unnecessary when it comes to cooking. So if I know how to make curry chicken, I will just put something random into this for no reason. I change it every single time. I just love being creative. And it's entertaining. I love to invite people to try my stuff. I'm an entertainer. That's exactly what I am. So maybe on stage singing or maybe cooking, I just entertain always.
Well, you're 28, right?
Yes.
And anytime anyone mentions your name, they say, "Who? Mr. Single Forever." I quote from your song, "I could do what I want to do, no woman to bother me. I don't want to hear the same thing over and over. I want to be single forever."
Correct is right.
What did you mean by that? Tell us.
Exactly what I said.
Do you feel a relationship can be a bother kind of or
No.
nag or
At that point in time, I was getting out of my relationship with my girlfriend, a Guyanese girl actually, in Toronto, and it was the first love of my life, and that's how I felt at that point in time. Actually, a lot of songs I've sung in the past was based on her, and yeah, that's how I felt. That's not how I feel it.
at the
That's
moment
how
that's how you
felt.
felt?
Yeah. Forever for me was until Ash Wednesday. That's my definition of forever.
Does Kea have anyone special in his life right now?
Yeah, I got like 98.
I mean, when
Just
do you
kidding,
think the player
just kidding,
days
just
will be
kidding,
done?
just kidding. I'm not gonna answer that question,
Okay, that's fine.
but I'm single.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you so plan on having kids? Do you see yourself being a daddy? And
Can't spell kids without K. Yeah, I wanted to be the daddy since I was 20, but I have sacrificed too much in life and worked too hard for me not to get that storybook life that I want now. So I believe I could wait a little longer to have the woman that I know I'm going to be spending the rest of my life with before going down the road of having children and stuff like that. Because, I mean, nothing's wrong when sometimes parents split up and you have single parents and stuff. I mean, not coming down on that at all, but that's not something I want. And this one opportunity of life that I've been given, I want to make sure it's correct for me. And I'm a strong enough person to slow down and take my time and do it once I know it's the way we have to do it.
you want to find a girl that fits your description, and what would that be?
I need somebody who's strong, and I need somebody who has a career as well. I can't have somebody live my life, and I want a person who would be able to answer this question from you as well. Somebody who could think on their own, not somebody who just wants to be with me because I'm an artist or things like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, everybody has this one opportunity at life, but I want somebody who could really understand and appreciate what I do, and appreciate the fact that sometimes when I'm gone, yes, you're missing me, but remember, I'm also human and I miss you as well, and this just happens to be my job. So many things. I could go on and on with this question, but I need somebody. I need somebody independent, and I need somebody to fly with me in different planes, not the same plane. Who have a career, I do my thing, and trust is very important, of course. You must trust, and sometimes you fall in love with somebody, and like I said, love has no definition. Sometimes you fall in love with somebody for certain things, and then you grow, and when you grow differently, and that don't mean that you're going to be in love with the same things that you were in love with 5 or 10 years ago. So what's important at that point in time is that you have things now that could really find love for you all together. For instance, a child, or for instance, a house. I just call them materialistic things like house or cars, and like, maybe let's say you bought a house together. Let's say you had a child, your first house, and you have a baby. Now, two y'all growing differently a little bit, so it's not the same things you love about each other, but you have a common love, which is now your baby, and then you love each other. That's the compromise you're making. Like, but I want people who could understand things like that. I know I'm rambling a little bit.
It's good to hear that from a guy's perspective as
Yeah.
well, and it's possible to love one person for the rest of your life.
I
and be with that
love
person.
everybody.
One spouse, that is.
Okay, support.
And as the relationship graduate, the love grows. I love the way you think.
Of course.
Here's another challenging question. If Kea could have one dream come true right now, what would it be?
I want to fly.
You want to fly.
I
You
wanna-
want those wings from CSM turned into real wings.
No, those are gone. I want to defy gravity. I want to fly.
You want to fly.
Yeah.
All right, so let's fly into this game. I've got a word association. Have you heard of it?
I think I know where you're headed.
I'll give you an example. I call one word, and you respond with just one word too. So let's say I say Trinidad. What comes to mind? Doubles?
All right.
It depends. Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
How many words?
Not much.
Oh Lord.
Let's go.
Let's go.
San Juan Baratario.
Home.
Chutney Soca Monarch.
Me.
Ravi B.
Artist.
Trevani.
Mine.
Tripati.
Singer.
This one I really want to know what you're gonna say.
Oh Lord.
Love.
I'm not gonna say nothing. Family.
Alright.
That's not the name I wanted to say. We'll go with family.
Success.
The world.
How simple was that?
It was hard actually. What you call him in a minute? Why you did that?
Well, after that fun game, let's get back to more serious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ready? Well, let's talk about your favorite genre of music. What would that be?
Most definitely 90s pop music. That's my favorite.
That's your favorite.
Yeah.
And we see you mixing that into your music.
The chord progressions and the way they built them, that's what I try my best to put into my music. Maybe the Chutney Soca or the Soca music. Yeah.
And if you had a dream collaboration, who would it be?
Oh, he's not alive anymore, but it would be Michael.
Okay, he
Yeah.
is an icon. But
Yeah.
what about someone who is here and it can actually happen?
Drake,
Drake.
definitely.
So should we be reaching out to him?
Yeah, we will. Don't worry, we Canadians together. You know we do.
And what is your vision? What would you think would you want to write the lyrics to that or?
I have his song already. I'm not gonna say it on this interview to give anyone some ideas. But,
Really?
But we've been working at it, and praise God, it comes through, and we just gonna keep going. Comes true, sorry.
Let's go back to that a little bit. And you mentioned you're not going to give someone ideas. Obviously, in competitions, people are always looking to, backbite each other. And I am based in New York. I'm also in the entertainment business, so I'm in the loop as to what's going on. And I see what a lot of the Chutney artists say. Some are positive and a lot of very negative. It seems to be there are a lot of feud and great levels of animosity happening. What is your take on that?
I think it's unnecessary, but it doesn't make us different from anything else. I mean, any other genre of music or artists. It could be in the oil industry. It could be just as simple as rival grocery owners, gas station owners. There's always stuff like that. And competition is inevitable no matter what you're in. It could be the people selling on the highway. But the feud you're talking about.
I'm talking about the chutney industry.
I think that the amount of publicity this stuff gets is unnecessary. And I believe that a lot of artists need to just sometimes find other ways to deal with it instead of ranting and raging on Facebook. That's not cool, man. Facebook wasn't meant for that. Because how you would have do it before, you would have man up, you would call somebody and say, hey, I'm really not cool with this, instead of fighting or cursing or anything like that. You feel we could work it out, or it's best we just don't remain friends and we talk, then you do your thing, I do my thing. You never see a rant from me yet, I don't go on like that on Facebook. I mean, now and then I might post something a little funny about something that bothering me. But it's not necessary, man. I mean, people just taking advantage of the fact that you could post and let everybody know what's going on, but why not spend all that time posting good things? You don't see that all the time. So I can't even defend it the slightest bit. Yes, there are things that are not just that happen to certain people. I mean, yes, some artists might be upset they make a finals of a competition, but they didn't get a show. If somebody says something about you, nothing is wrong. Everybody has opinions, man. You can't expect everybody to like you, and because somebody says something about you, that don't mean that they're wrong, and that don't mean you should be upset. That's just the way they feel. You can't tell somebody they're wrong, because like love and happiness, wrong and right has no definition. We just going on what society has built on us so far. But these things, you know what, I don't get myself involved in it. I stick to the sports of my fun, and that's all it is.
Does KI have any enemies?
I don't.
In the musical industry.
Oh, no such thing as enemies. We of course have competition, inevitable competition, rivals, but it's fun and it's necessary. We need each other. If it is, I had no one to compete against, then why would I even think of growing? I wouldn't know how to grow.
The reason I asked this is because a few weeks ago, video footage of another prominent band of Trinidad and Tobago was shown making somewhat of a mockery of your CSM performance. And that's the reason I asked that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about stuff like that?
That wasn't cool and that was just immature, man. I mean, I really don't want to get into it in this interview because I'm gonna get emotional. But things like that,
It hurts you.
it not only does it hurt me, but it shows true colors. Especially when you spend an entire season promoting unity.
Right. Unity is important for you.
But especially when they spent an entire season promoting unity, and
As well.
that's how they celebrated unity, by trampling me. Makes no sense to me, but at the end of it, I'm not in control of that. So I sort of just sat back and took it for what it was.
Well, sticking with music, I know it's difficult to ask a singer this, but do you have a favorite composition?
My favorite song I've ever... My song? One of mine?
Yes.
Oh man, I love all
What's
so
coming
much.
to the top of your head?
No, like none. My favorite song of all time could really be what Rose? Which yours of mine?
Single forever, that's what I want to be.
Serious? No, you going on topic and I going on music. You know what? Probably Mr. Bartender, Womanizer. Imagine that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell us why.
Some of the colors are put into the music and stuff and producing it. Simple stuff, but I really enjoy doing it. And Take Me Away, the Soca I did this year on the Suzuki 800 rhythm. Lyrically, I love the fact that I was able to fly emotionally. Take me away, take me to Trinidad, then give me 10 woman with a shot of rum and I'm good with that. Because when I'm in Canada, freezing my tail off if I not touring and things like that. That's what I was been thinking. So yeah, of course, Take Me Away as well.
Ah, good to know.
Yeah.
So we'll play that after.
Alright.
Take me away, take me to Trinidad. Then give me 10 more man with a shot of rum and I'm good with that. Yeah, take me away, take me to Carnival.
Let's fast forward a little bit to about age 45. What do you hope to accomplish by then?
Ultimate success and happiness. Life, let me tell you something. Essentially, we all work for the same reason, and it's to be happy.
Yes.
And I continuously say that happiness has no definition, because we don't know what it is would make everybody happy. Happiness for you might be a news anchor on CNN, maybe, just making a random reference. For me, it might be winning a Grammy. But I just want to be happy. I want to be able to take care of my family like I have been doing. And simple. I want a plane, legit.
A jet?
Yeah, man. And I need a plane over. Really and truly, it's just to be happy. Like I said, one life, humble life, simple life. Enjoy it. I mean, show off when you can show off. That's what life is about. Nothing wrong, you know.
Being proud.
Yeah, showing off does not mean being cocky, you know. So I don't mean walking in a crowd and go, look who I is. I's a big singer. It's not like that, you know. Work hard to accomplish things and show off. Show off the fact that you took advantage of life. That is what I mean by show off.
Exactly.
Yes.
And he's just making clear he doesn't mean to be cocky,
At
but
all.
he means to be proud.
Show them that you work, you made every second count. And that's what we try to do, although I sleep a lot. Which I'm ready to sleep a lot. But I make that sleep, those sleep seconds count as when I dream some interesting stuff.
At age 45, how many kids do you want by then? 2, 3, 4,
I want
10?
I want 4 kids.
4 kids.
4 kids, I want 4. But the problem with 4 children is that I can't drive a sedan like a normal car or something like that. Because then of course I'm going to be with mommy too, and me are putting none in the trunk. So I would need like a minivan, and I don't want to be no soccer mom. I didn't say soccer dad, I said soccer mom.
It's okay, you can have your weekend car too.
Right, so that's why we need a jet. 3 kids, 4 kids, real nice. 2 boys, 2 girls, yeah. Mercedes, Lexi, Jaden, and Shia.
Oh boy, you seem like you already have a couple of things down pat. You're just waiting on that dream girl.
Yeah.
Alright, well I wish you all the best on that.
Thank you.
Okay, let's wrap things up. We're having a lot of fun, but I know you have stuff to do too.
Time and time.
Being someone who is actively involved in the chutney industry, what do you think the chutney industry holds? What's the future for it?
I could speak on behalf of myself and my team. And I know definitely we're not going to let down. We're going to continue to do what we've been doing, and trying our best to do wonderful music that people can enjoy and at the same time relate to. You know, we're going to continue telling stories, collecting new memories, writing new stories, and trying to build a sound that more and more people can enjoy, especially the people that are not from the are not from Indo descent.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about KI and the band.
Yeah.
What can we expect from
You
KI
know
and
what?
the band?
You know what? People have been calling since we launched just recently, and it's just a new fresh mentality from all of my band members, from our frontliners. We're ready as a new mission. You know, we wanna take off. Right now we're on the tarmac. We're ready to go. We're just waiting for the tower to radio in and say, yeah, go ahead. And that's what we're about to do right now. But it's gonna be a lot of great music. It's gonna be a lot of branding, merchandising, watch me, everything possible. And from a business aspect as well, we're gonna do it as correct as possible. It's gonna be fun. And I want everybody to join me on this mission because it's going to be a very long one. Praise God.
Well, KI, you spoke so well, and a lot of people look up to you. What advice do you have for upcoming artists?
Remain positive, persistent, and do it for the right reasons. I said it about 1,000,000 times on this interview. That is all it is. Don't sing or don't play music because you want to pick up girls. Don't do it because of money, things like that. Things like that fall hand in hand. Do it because you love it, make it a passion. Once it is you know that your happy thought is this, trust me, you'll succeed. Positivity, persistence, and for the right reasons, most definitely.
Well said. I absolutely love your advice. Thank you so much for stopping by, and please come back again.
That's it?
Yeah.
Just so? Thanks so much, Rose. I must say it was definitely a pleasure being here, and you prepared such a great interview. I wasn't expecting it to be like that, but I'm glad because not often do I get the opportunity to really talk about so much in-depth stuff. To everybody who was locked on, thank you all for looking as well. To my beautiful friend Rose, thank you again. And you know what, we'll do it again soon when I get back to New York City or when you come to Trinidad or
Alright,
Toronto.
let's do it.
Right? Thanks again to everybody. We love you. KI and the band. Mwah.
Let's go.
Good? Yeah, let's get naked.
Ready, set, rose.